Okay, so I finally stopped trying to kid myself that I'm not addicted to this process. I mean, clearly I am. I mean, I can't really face a day without at least one session. And the new combo thing is working ever so well because it just makes me uh, more organized in the sense that you can see when the blackjack session was held and when the baccarat kicked in to help, or vice versa. So it's fun. I'm going to say that. I'm going to risk saying that in the hope that not too many people disagree. Anyway, starting with player, I think there was a little bit of a rollover last time, but I can't be bothered to chase it. So I can't remember what it was. That's part of the problem. 1-2 here, third. All right, came out of that with a little bit of money. Double for the loss. 1-2 third again. Are we going to catch it again? Yep. 3 really does seem to be a magic number in all of this, though. I have no idea why, but it really does seem to be the best way to go. I keep meaning to, update the model and put in a sort of a cutoff. So say no hopping until the bet reaches X amount. Whether it's 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 or whatever. And I'll be interested to see how that works. But every time I think about it, it goes straight out of my head. Not because I don't want to do it, because I think it'd be very interesting, but just because busy. Okay, I'm at a loss. I've forgotten what I've done now. Player is 50, so it must be a repeat. There we go. Minimum now. Double for the loss. 1-2 third. I didn't work that time, did it? 3-2. Hop. B1. 3-2 it is. Alrighty then. 5, 7. Okay, 12, 15. That did not go well, did it? So we're going to hop, and it's going to be 3-2, but it might be time to call in the. There you go, B1. Might be time to call in the blackjack guys. So it's 3-2 over here. That was not what I wanted. 5-4. Damn it! Look at that. I think it better be 9-10. Shit and corruption. Oh dear. 9-10, 9-10, 9-10. 2010 back to baccarat. This is the killer, isn't it? Oh, bloody hell, 30-20. Are we going to go bust here? We might. 50-40. I haven't been in this much trouble for a long time. All right, so 90-40, going back to blackjack. Damn it. Oh, I don't believe it. Look at that. 90-40. Okay, I've got to make a note of this. and then minus 100,000 over there. Did I say 50-40 or 90-40? Jesus, I can't remember. It must be 130, 80, right? Which means I need to go to another table. But it is possible. There's no doubt that it is possible to lose with this strategy. But I've never been this close before, and almost at the get-go. And that would be a double down. Okay, that would have been a double down, but I couldn't do it. 130.80. So now we're on. I think I better call it 50-55. And look at that up there, that lovely, lovely dealer 22. So let's just think about this. We owe 54,000 at the other blackjack table, right? And we owe 72,400. Good God! I mean, this is crazy shit, I'm doing all the sums right here and now because I think it's kind of relevant. I mean, you lot out there, you're probably so that's 128,400 that we owe totally. And what have we got here? We've got 235,000. Of which only 135,000 is profit. So we're looking at a win. That is just weird. But what it does is it illustrates how money is where the power is, right? I mean, obviously the strategy is critical, but money is ultimately where the power is. And this is why I've been sort of repeating ad nauseam for, I don't know, since the first time I went on the internet was in 1996, saying this is the truth about these games. You have to have the money behind you, but you have to have a strategy. Money enough is not enough. A strategy, a brilliant strategy alone is not enough. You must have both. And here we have a situation where we've come out with a profit of 7,600. And I could have been greedier. I could have made the last bet. Instead of making it 50-55, I could have made it 50-60 or whatever. Or indeed repeated the last bet. But greed is a bad idea. It's just not a good thing to have. So we've come out after a horrible experience there, but we've come out with a profit of 7,600, cleared all our prior losses. And this is the thing that the mathematicians don't pay any attention to whatsoever. And that is that when you have a progressive betting strategy, you don't just win X tiny amount, like 1 unit or something, and like here, 7,600. No, what we won was getting back all of our prior losses plus a bonus of 7,600 for our time and toil and sweat and tears and anxiety and stress and all the rest. So it's a pretty good example, I think, of how you got to have those two important weapons. We already know about pattern betting being effective and progressive betting being the only possible way that you can beat these games, because that's supported by logic, by common sense, by simple analysis, by anything else you care to mention. I mean, just think about it. You can't beat negative expectation with flat bets And you can't beat negative expectation with reduced bets. You have to have the right combination at all times. You've got to know when to pull back and when to press. And here we have, I mean, this, I admit, ridiculous. But what happened? We came out with 7,600. We had 137,000 to cover our debt of 128,400. And, that's pretty bloody neat, I think. So there you have it. Do I want to go over to? Yes, I want to go over to. I mean, look at this Paul Baccarat thing. It's at 72,400. That's knocked a big bloody dent in my plans, hasn't it? Spoiled my front page, but then I got my profit over at blackjack, so I really shouldn't complain. It's kind of rude, isn't it? Anyway, we're minimizing now. And yes, you could not do that at the same table, but stop telling me that, for God's sake. Yeah, this is just going to be a horrible negative shoe. There's no doubt about that. But the session balance obviously is misleading because we had a shitload of money come in on the other side of the aisle at the blackjack table. So, and that's what I'm trying to demonstrate here at all times, to say, look, it doesn't matter if you move to another table. You're better off to move to another table. And the reason that I went back to blackjack was quite simply, blackjack allows a higher max. Here it's 50,000. At blackjack, it's whatever you've got left in the tank. And of course, you can refresh and go to another table effectively. I mean, that's what it's meant to indicate. It's meant to substitute for that. You just go to another table, press the recalc button, and bang, you've got a brand new shoe, a brand new pile of $100,000, etc., etc. What did I do there? Was that a 50-50? Yes, it was. I think we're back to the min. Yeah, that's never going to look right over there now. That's a shame. Okay, got a hot. P1. So we're 3-2. Well, I should be 3-4, I think. Yeah, okay. So we got a. Oh, I'm going to do another 100. That was just because I forgot to cover the commission. All right, so minimum on the banker. But you've got to be ready to run away. That's the thing, I mean, there's courage in running away because the alternative is stupidity. I watch these guys. I mean, I think the classic one is Degen Dolt, who just sits there and takes it. I mean, in a horrendous way. It's just like he's tied to the chair. Maybe he is. Maybe out of sight of the camera, he's actually roped to the chair. He can't get away. Caesars is saying to him, "No, you're going to lose all your bloody money." Alexa, stop. I've got to drink water. I just had a bloody great big thing of milk too. I'm out on the river today. Very nice. Yeah, my friend John has a very nice cabin cruiser, and off we went. We didn't go very far. We went about an hour upriver and an hour back down again. Well, an hour and a half upriver and 45 minutes down again. Going with the flow, coming back, of course. What am I talking about here? Are we at 75? Okay. Damn. It just won't take 1-3 second. Okay. 4-6 third. Okie dokie. 1.5 1, and we're going to be hopping. All right. 1.5 1. 2.5 2. Bloody hell. 4.5 5. Then we're going back to blackjack, I think. Oh, we made it. Okay. Oops. Why don't you just do as you're supposed to do, you stupid... I did. No, I love this program. I really do. I'm nuts about it. It's always my fault. I just figure it must be my fault. 1 2. Back to the min. Another +1. That's another one. That's a repeater. That's a double. Oops. That's a double for the push. Tie. Sorry. Tie. Push. Tit. We don't do it again. Oh, bloody hell. That's 3 in a row. Crazy. All right. Back to the minimum. +1. 51 second. Repeat it. What was that? Double for the tie. 3/4 third. No, 3/4 second. 7/8 third. Damn it. 1.5 1 on the bank, but we've got to wait for a. Oh, there we go. P1, P2. Did I say 1.5 1 or 2.5 1? I think it's 1.5 1. Well, that better be a 1/2 1, I think. 1.5 2. 3.5 4. Damn it. 8/4 back to blackjack. That's not going to cut it. Having a tough go today, aren't we? 12/8. That helps. I think we'll take that as a thank you. And oh, maybe go back over here. Oh, look at that, 78. Oh man, it's pathetic, isn't it? What was it? What was player last? Okay. That was horrible. That is not going to be a shoe that I'm going to enjoy looking at, I'll tell you that much. But I have to save it. And I have to look at it. Ugh. $21 into 7,900 and 34 into 86,000. Gordon Bennett. Easily the worst we've had in living memory. Horrible. Don't quite know what to do here, really. I'm at 18 minutes. I'm going to start another shoe. I should pack up for the day so that I don't have to look at that session balance anymore. But, you know, we do have a lot of money over on the blackjack table piled up waiting for us. So that's something. Start a new shoe. And we'll go back to blackjack and the minimum. I mean, can you imagine? We've got 143,000 in profit over here. But we do have a bill of 44,000 at another table, so we got 99,000 over here, offset by 78,000. So we're at 9,000 right now in less than 20 minutes. But it doesn't look great, does it? Anyway, back to the men. Double. Double for the push. Very, very posh. Okay. 2-3, I think. Second. All right, back to the min. Yeah, I mean, there are so many people. I mean, most of the people in Nevada in particular, and certainly in Las Vegas, the millions who flood into Las Vegas every year, they go in with not nearly enough money and the expectation that they're going to lose. And where the fun is in behaving that way has always mystified me. I never ever got it. And there's one of the guys who was interviewing Dana White in that sort of infamous big fat lie session of his, where his 23 nights in a row where he won over $1 million. He kind of says he gets a hard on from high risk, and he just loves it when he goes all in. And okay, that's fine if that's how you want to float your boat and the whole bit, but it doesn't make any sense at all. And those guys, I mean, the two bears, they don't have that many subscribers, so I have no idea how they offset stupid losses like that with, I don't know. It's all beyond me. Hey, you worked hard on that one, didn't you? Okay, so clear that. We'll go back to the minimum. $51 second. $2-3 third. All right. Minimum. Yeah, I mean, it's when people look at at this channel, at these demos, and say, well, that's ridiculous. Nobody could do that. Well, what is far more ridiculous is the fact that people go into these games expecting to make any money, expecting not to be murdered. It's just, I think that's got to be 5-6 third. Oh dear. All right. 11-6. Dropping. Yeah, that's what. No. 11-6 dropping to 300. Try again. Would have worked well without the 2. 11-6, 14-6. Okay, so we scored 6 there, so that's 8-6. Okay, 14-12. Here we go. We might win this one then. I'm sure there was an 8 coming up there. Okay, so 14-12. So that was a nice double down. Well timed. Not deliberately, it's all accidental. This is the thing we all have to remember. It's all random, it's all accidental. Every bet has a negative expectation. There's no prediction, there's no sort of, oh, well, the dealer just won 7 in a row, so I must be due for, push it all out on the table. Nonsense. There is no connection between what just happened and what's going to happen next. None whatsoever. And even card counters, I mean, I have done my best with card counting. this count up here is accurate, and I've got hundreds of hours, well, certainly dozens anyway, scores of hours of these sessions with the Wizard Sim. And anybody who wants to run those through and try and get a correlation between a positive deck value, a positive true count, and more wins than losses, I think they're going to have a hard time supporting that whole thing. Where are we at? 25, so +1. Oh, double for the push. All right. Plus max, your choice. We'll have to chase that one. All right, so we got that one back. So we go back to the min. Double for the loss. Oh my God, look at this. I do believe that's 22. I'm so grateful. Repeat it. $51, second. Repeat. Another dealer 22 up there. Clear and minimum. Plus one. Did I just double that? I did, didn't I? So that's going to make it 1, 2. Oh, very fancy. All right, minimum. So now I get the 22. And I get it again. 1, 2, third. I think I might win this one. Okay, back to the min. I'll take it to 30 minutes. No, I should go over to Thingamydoodle, shouldn't I? Yeah, so I'm going to go to the Baccarat simulator later and play it off if I can. Yeah, we're on a little bit of a run here. I'm going to call that 1, 2 because I'm in charge. All right. Yeah, there's a tendency for people to just say, "Oh, that's ridiculous. Nobody can do that." Well, it's just like if you can't do this, then you really, really should not risk your money. It's sort of like investing in Wall Street with $100. It's just not going to get you anywhere. You got to have the big bucks to make the big bucks. I just had that today with my horse racing thing. It's absolutely hilarious. The second favourites in the C grouping, because I group them in letter groups so that there's plenty of time between races under each category, under each heading, letter heading. And the C2s, which is the second favourites in the C grouping, got to about minus 16,000, and then the bet went up to the max, which is 12,500, and then hit a 5-to-1 winner. So This is the difference, obviously, between horse racing and these games, where it's even money back or less than even money if you win on the banker at a game where they take the commission. And 5-1 is a very, very nice thing to hit with the maximum bet. No doubt about that. But it's random, That's the thing. No control over this stuff whatsoever. That's a repeat. All right, so minimum now. Double for the tie. Yeah, I'll just play this through. 51. Repeat it. Minimum. Double for the loss. Repeat. 51 second. Repeat. Minimum. Yeah, that's going to be a bane for quite a while, this minus 77,000 here. I haven't had a loss like that in a very long time. I don't even remember the last one, but look at the money we've got on the blackjack table, piled up like whatever. Oh hum. Howdy doodly. Where am I? What did I just do? All right. 51. Repeat it. Double it for the tie. I think that must be 3-4 then, isn't it? That's good. Oh shit. I'm supposed to go to the minimum there. I can do it now though, can't I? It would be 50. And now +1. +1 more. I think that has to be a repeater. That's a double for the, double for the tie. Minimum. Oh, fuck. Pardon me. If I don't do it terribly deliberately, really sort of, okay, don't move the cursor over until the chip jumps up. I just don't have that kind of, whatever. That's going to be 1-2. That's the new rule. 3-4 third. Minimum. Double for the loss. 1-2 third. Uh, 25 lost? What? That's not legal. Double for the push. Tie. 2-3 third. No, 2-3 second. 5-6 third. Oh boy. Oh, you piglets. There we are. +1. What happened there? That's 1-2, isn't it? That's minimum. Double for the loss. 1-2 again. 3-2 hop. P1. 3-4. All right, I think that gets us. That's good. It's just the commission really messes things up, Does in my head anyway. I mean, maybe there are folks out there who love it. My Vegas Matt, for instance, he just always bets on banker, which to me is insanity, as well as insanitary, probably. That's not. We've got a 1-2 there, so we're not doing anything with it, are we? No. Oh Christ! There we are. Minimum +1. One, 2, 3, 5, third, 8, 5. So we'll call that 2-1, waiting for player. B1. Okay, waiting. So 2-1, 1-2, 3, 4. There it is. Okay, so we came out with 3,000 there. So save that shoe. And that was a good shoe, a soft shoe, relatively speaking. 33 into 67 and 24 into 36. That's definitely a good average win versus average loss number. So happy with that. So what we're looking at now is +3065, and then -77,854, and then over here where the money's at, +145,438, and then we owe 44,000 from the first blackjack session. So I'm just going to be lazy and pull up the calculator. So 3065 minus 77,854 plus 145,438 minus 44,123 is a final win in 38 minutes of 26,649, which I pretty much like. I mean, we went through hell to make that money, but folks, we've all got to understand, if you can't afford to win, it's madness to bet. It really is. It's a terrible, stupid, very expensive way to get thrills. And if losing is fun, then fine. But the thing that always got me in Nevada when I lived there and played there was the number of times it was quite evident that people were betting with money that wasn't theirs. So in other words, they were victims of what might be called second-hand gambling. And this is not a popular point of view, certainly not a popular point of view in Nevada. And it's very hard to get the message across in the UK. And sometimes I think to myself, what are you doing? You're one guy. Why are you raising your voice? Why are you trying to change things all on your own? And then I say to myself, hey, all of the biggest achievements in the history of the human race were created, or nearly all, as the result of one person's idea, activity, inspiration, whatever. A lot of the one person ideas, like Hitler and various others and Putin and so on, and Trump, were bad. But the majority of times it's one person who invents penicillin, who invents television, who invents iPhones, who does all of these, whatever. I mean, just think back over God knows how long. The leaders in World War II who defeated Hitler, I mean, just two guys, basically, Roosevelt and Churchill. And yes, they had hundreds of thousands of people doing their bidding and backing them up, going to the front lines for them and so on. But this is what it comes down to. So, when you're one person and you've got a particular thing that you want to achieve before you pop your clogs, it's fine. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, 40 minutes, that's way too long. God, honestly, what a natterer. Next time, folks.